So my three topics are tortilla soup, wing and a prayer, and arches. I went ahead and went with tortilla soup since I vividly remember the first time I had tortilla soup. So the first time I had tortilla soup, it was at my when I was working at a facility as a caregiver in Encinitas. We were passing out dinner trays, and after everybody had theirs, I tried mine. Then I want to look at what was the recipe for it. Peter's going a little slow. So yes, and then when I think of tortilla soup, I think of not only how good it was, but how different cultures and different foods, all bring us together and make us, happy, put a smile on our faces. How many minutes am I at for prep time? We're at 2 minutes for prep time. So we have onion, corn, enchilada sauce. Enchilada sauce. Okay. All right. Chicken stock and chicken breast. All right. So that was my 3 minutes of preparation. All right. So has anybody have tortilla soup? If you haven't, you should definitely try it. I remember the first time I had tortilla soup. I was working as a caregiver at a facility. We had, I think we had 27 residents on our floor. So my shift was I worked 2:30 to 11, where during that time we would pass out the dinners and make sure everybody eats their food and stuff like that. So on that day we had tortilla soup. And so after passing it out to all the residents, my coworker asked me, she said, well, have you ever had tortilla soup? I said, no, I never had tortilla soup. I'd love to try it. She's like, well, you should definitely try it. So I ended up trying it, and I must say it was quite delicious. And looking at all the other residents' faces, the ones, who were able to enjoy and eat it, they were also very delighted, and it always brings a smile to my face, to see other people enjoying themselves, period, whether or not they're eating food or whatever. But in this situation, they were eating really good food. And so what comes in tortilla soup? What are the ingredients? The ingredients of tortilla soup are onion, corn, enchilada sauce, zucchini, I looked this up, and chicken stock, and boneless, skinless chicken breasts is another thing. You can also, one thing that I remember is that they put tortillas. They crunched up tortilla chips and they put it in the soup. That's also very a nice way, a good way of eating tortilla soup. So, which brings me to talking about, just good food in general and how different cultures of food, how it brings us all together. Is something that, I've noticed when it comes to, different cultures of food like tortilla soup. I also remember when one time I was really, really hungry and I was wanting some soup. And I remember the tortilla soup that I had at my job a couple years prior. And so I went to Costco and got some tortilla soup and was just so happy that it was there because Costco doesn't always have certain soups around. So I was very excited when they had the tortilla soup because I love Costco brands. A lot of their stuff is very delicious. So I discussed with you about tortilla soup when I first tried it and when I saw other residents eating it and the joy that it brought them, joy that it brought me in tasting, the good tortilla soup. And then I also went in how to make it and then also about the different cultures and how the different cultures of food bring us together. And I hope that you one day will, expand your horizons on different foods and cultures, and maybe one day too you'll try tortilla soup.